where you are. What are you doing? Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
So
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. We haven't put a show up, and for that, we out of hell with it. We needed some time off, and we took it. So
well, listen, for the people on YouTube, it's been 3 weeks. For the people on Rumble, it's been 2 weeks because
we got
YouTube is, has some kind of retarded policies where Rumble doesn't. So I'd rather have people listen to us on Rumble where you're not going to be subject to censorship.
Right. We're hoping not to say anything that's going to get us censored on this show that we're doing. But if we do, we're over on Rumble. But I got to say that, we're going to talk about this. We might as well get it right out in the fucking open. Elon Musk buying Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Guido, what are your thoughts on that, man?
Well, it was a great idea until I thought it was awesome up until the Biden administration is going to make a ministry of truth.
Oh, and get this, and Jen Psaki said at her press conference, well, this was a thing that they started under Trump.
Yeah, it was. It kind of is, but it's not.
It kind of is. Yeah. It kind of is. They wanted to get out foreign disinformation. Russia, right. Ukraine, Iran, China, all those people. They wanted to go after them, but now they didn't want to go after Americans.
But now they're just going to censor anything that doesn't fit with the liberal or democratic agenda.
Yeah, exactly. And YouTube is no different.
No, well, they're a fucking 100% liberal run company. So was Twitter. Twitter was 100% liberal run company till now. And Elon Musk, the funny thing about Elon Musk is he was always a liberal up until recently. He's now moving to the conservative side.
I didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left me. Mm-hmm. And how many times have we heard that over the centuries, decades, that people are leaving the Democratic Party again? You could be a liberal where but I thought liberal meant you were promiscuous.
Yeah.
I thought being liberal meant that you would be able to do whatever you want to do. Go ahead, knock yourself out. They let you can bash in fucking jewelry store glass cases and go in and raid stores and steal fucking purses and shit and get away with that shit, but you can't say, oh, the vaccine killed my mother. I mean,
no, that goes against their truth, not the truth.
I just don't get the logic behind that, and they're okay with that shit. So I don't know. Maybe you call me fucking crazy, but I think that they could be a better purveyor of freedom than what they are. It's and it's going to change now that Twitter is going to have everybody's going to go to Twitter now.
Do you know what the top 2 social media sites that are downloaded this week?
It's Truth
Social,
and Twitter now.
Yep. Both won the highest conservative.
And all the other minions are going to follow them, saying we can't compete with that.
Right.
You know what's going to happen.
That's why they're coming out with this Ministry of Truth bullshit. Which, to me, are we England? When did we have a ministry of anything?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Does that make any sense at all? I don't get it.
But, because you know why? Because people are addicted to politics. People are addicted to this idea of their right all the time. It's an addiction.
Yeah, it is.
It just makes you think of, because people with common sense and people that are semi-intelligent can look back and say, wait a minute, there's something not right here. And I don't care if you're against, I don't even think all the conservative Republican ideas are great. We were talking earlier that they're so against marijuana, and, I'm not, so not all of us conservatives are against marijuana. It's a common misconception, really.
It really is. And I think that the passing of the marijuana bill will somehow heal, and they could be doing themselves a favor by saying, "Yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out."
Right.
They're doing themselves a favor.
I read this article once, and it made some kind of sense to where this thing of it lies. The Democrats want marijuana and stuff to be legal because now if you're smoking dope all the time and you could smoke dope wherever you want, you're going to be a much more passive person and more of a listening person. You follow the rules better because you're just go with the flow. Where if where the Republican side is now, we're going to have zombies that'll just do whatever the sheep handlers tell them. But it's not 100% true because I smoke a lot and I still have intelligence. And
we're not dumb. I mean, you don't survive for 64 years, and smoke weed because it's evil or it's bad for you. Right. We're living proof. I'm living proof that I was the guinea pig for marijuana. Yeah. Guys like Niescab and I, we were the guinea pigs when it comes to marijuana. And we proved them all wrong. We proved them all wrong.
Yeah. I've been smoking since 1988. You guys are already 20 years in, but I started smoking in 88.
I started smoking. My first high was in 1970.
Yeah. I wasn't born yet.
Yeah.
But speaking of it, like people say that marijuana smoking is addictive, but I don't think it is because I've had to get jobs before where I couldn't smoke and I stopped. Okay.
Right.
And I didn't like it, but I stopped.
Right.
I had problems stopping.
I've lost jobs because I got high. Yeah. I lost jobs. Kohler, go take a piss test. What?
Right. Well, that's all
and
about.
And after a while, I just said, you know what? I'm too old for this shit. I'm not taking your piss test. Fuck you. Fire me.
Yeah, that's the same
way.
Too
old for this shit. Who needs the aggravation? I'm not hurting anybody here.
Oh, but the cool thing here in New York State is, unless you have a CDL driver's license, there's no company that can fire you for being high now, or not for being high at work, but for having THC in your system.
Yeah, that's the whole problem with THC. You can't tell when the last time they smoked it. You just know that they smoked it.
Yeah, well, they say they're coming up with some new technologies for when they pull you over that could tell you how long it's in your system. Because now what's going to happen here in New York State is it's totally legal, like beer and vodka and all that, but you're going to get drinking and smoking things, kind of like a DWI.
Right.
So that's the thing, though. If you blood test me, and I just got bloodshot eyes because I'm just got done being high, and you test me, you're going to see it in the system.
It's all about the money.
It is.
It's all about the money. No shit. And, they're going to make more money on doing DWI arrests for marijuana than they will for possession.
Or not only that, now they won't arrest you as a dealer. They'll arrest you as a tax evader.
Yeah.
And that makes that you get more time and money taken away from you as on that. So
they'll fuck you up on that.
Right. So now if you're going to be, that's the thing is where it's going to be different. So now if you're a marijuana dealer and you're not a legal marijuana dealer, you're taking a lot of risks because
now they're going to get you for tax evasion.
Right. You're selling unlicensed merchandise and you're evading taxes. So what do you think that's going to be?
And you're making a profit.
Yep.
And making a profit. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's crazy. It really is nuts. It's just 100% crazy.
Go away. So now we're dealing with this crisis on the border. We're dealing with this crisis on the border, and of course, the other folks on the other side, they're not even focused on it. But it's not only we're talking about addiction. It's not only the immigrants and the migrants that come across the border. Don't get me wrong. I think it's just way too much. But anyway, the drugs that are coming across.
Stop. Wait a minute. See, the left doesn't hear that. The only people that hear that is like the Republican side. They push it and push it and push and say, "Oh, we're getting flooded. But the Dems don't get that. They're getting like There's no problem at the fucking border. They're all lying to you. So I don't know who to believe now at this point. Is it flooded? Is it over? Nobody's broadcasting it. Nobody's checking it out. Well, what's the real deal? I mean, you might be exaggerating what you're hearing.
I don't think they're exaggerating, because if you watch the press conferences from governor there and Congress people there and whatever, they're telling in Arizona and
they're
New
not
Mexico.
there. They're not there. That's all. That's all fake news. It sounds like.
How is it fake news?
Because they're not there. It's all a lie.
Not there.
Because they don't have no new footage. They don't have no new people.
Because the mainstream media doesn't show it to you. That doesn't mean it's not real. They don't show it to you.
Well, I don't know who to believe anymore.
They control the narrative.
The news is so fucked up. I don't know who to believe.
You got to watch alternative news networks. You can't watch the ones on TV. What's your alternative?
I watch them both, and I can't come up with an answer on that.
No. Nothing that's on TV. You got to watch like OAN, or you got to watch these ones that are not on Fox or CNN, or nothing that's controlled by the elite. You got to watch real news.
Well, I don't see anything on there either. So,
well, you're not watching the right stuff. What about the National Guardsman, the young gentleman that was in Texas that got killed and drowned because he tried to save 2 migrants that were coming over, and they were drug dealers. They weren't even fucking, people coming to seek asylum. Yeah.
Oh, that's the one they broadcast. Everything else they let through.
Nobody broadcasted it. Nobody broadcasted it.
Yeah, I know. All the gotaways and everything, they all got away, and it's all could be all a big fucking lie to you guys.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm in the workforce, and there's a place right up the street from where I work. And it sits right there on Natural Bridge, and there's 20 to 30 Mexicans down there every morning at 6:30. That was never there before.
Yeah.
Well, now, granted, the bad guys that come up from Mexico, it's not only from Mexico, they're coming from all over to Mexico.
I'm not worried about the Mexicans.
Absolutely.
I'm not worried about the Mexicans. It's the Arabs and the fucking and the Iranians and the ISIS and the Al Qaeda and all them guys that we haven't destroyed, and we never will destroy them.
I know. But it's the bad people from other countries that are coming here.
It's not the good people. They're sending out prisoners.
And they all have remorse, and they want to start and turn over a new leaf. And they come over here and they work hard.
What?
And
you're crazy. You're you sound like a Democrat.
Yeah, they did. The people that are already here did. And they did that. Well, wait, let me finish my thought here real quick, okay? But when you read a story like I just read about the Costa Rican prisons being emptied out and put into that fucking caravan that's headed our way, they're sending us our junk. They're junk, just like Cuba did when they emptied their prison, says, get the fuck out of here.
Well, just like Australia.
All the criminals came here. They're not going to send their best.
Well, just like Australia, too, those were all prisoners that went there. And that's what America was, too. They sent all their riffraff here, and that's how America started. And so what's wrong with that?
How is that how America started? Where the fucking history book did you read? America started, what riffraff started America? They were Englishmen that started America. It wasn't the riffraff.
It wasn't
sure about that.
It was their
I'm sure about that.
The problem was it was their finest.
Right.
That came to America.
Right.
It was their best that came to America. And that's the way it was. And that's the way it's been for 2 centuries. And now it's not. These people are not coming here. I'm going to say 80% of the folks that are coming here do not have good intentions for the United States of America. They don't give a fuck about this.
U.S. citizen. Why don't you come here legally? If you want to be a U.S. citizen and you're coming over the border illegally, There's a reason why you're coming illegally.
Right.
You got a
And you're going to
resume,
turn
dude.
over a new leaf, and you're going to start a new life, and you're going to work hard.
That's
And you're
about
gonna be-
2%.
Yeah,
of
you're
it.
gonna work
About
hard as a
2%.
member of fucking 13
MS-13.
gangs, MS-13, and all these guys, and that's where they come from, dude.
Not all of them.
For fucking no, not all of them. I didn't say all of them. I'm not
All right.
saying all of them, but they're not sending their best.
No,
Well,
that's
no,
what I'm
so,
saying.
So
But they're getting a new chance in life, and they're gonna.
why do I want to give somebody that's a criminal a new chance in my country that
They
I
gave me a
pay
fucking chance.
taxes?
I didn't get a chance. I took the
That's
chance.
bullshit.
I took the risk.
I'm paying for you to live here so you can get a new chance? Fuck off. That's bullshit.
Fuck your second chance. Give me a first chance, for Christ's sake. Hand me a fucking American Express card and a fucking cell phone.
What the bigger thing in the news is that Biden wants to forgive all student debt, and everybody that paid their debt, they're fucked. But
It's only 10,000 now.
Oh, really? Well, whatever it is, man, they're giving away money and shit, and then guess who's gonna have to pay for that? You guys, not me.
Right.
You
Right.
guys.
Yeah.
Legal-
Well, now, yeah.
Legal working American will pay for it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. The legally working Americans, because the illegal workers are not going to pay for it. They're not paying for it. The only time they're paying taxes is they're paying state taxes on the shit that they buy, like gas and food.
Sales tax.
Sales tax. That's all they're paying in taxes.
Yeah.
That's the whole problem with this thing. And then they say, oh, we'll call you in about a year. And pretty soon what it's going to be is, and here's going to be their excuse. Well, the court systems are so jammed up and there's no way that we're going to get to all these cases. So we're just going to wipe it clean and they're all fucking citizens. Do bitch. Do bitch. Like that.
Yeah,
That only took 15 minutes.
I know. It
Okay.
was a little bit.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
It's
40 minutes.
the wait.
That's okay. It looks fine as wine.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I was talking shit to you while I was doing it, so I stopped a few minutes.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I had to stop.
Hey, I can roll one in less than a minute.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's time it.
Really?
Let's time it. Roll a joint in 1 minute.
Okay, you ready?
A
I
fast.
haven't got a paper yet. Ready?
On your mark. Get set. Go.
He's got one rolled already.
Got one rolled already.
Will he make it, folks? I don't know. Place your bets. Place your bets, man.
Come on, you
Coming
count.
up on 30 seconds. 30 seconds. You got about 30 seconds to go.
15 minutes already.
What am I talking about?
What you talk about, Willis?
Finish.
He did it in less than 1 fucking minute.
That's good, but it didn't look as nice as mine. I even got a filter in mine.
Well, I didn't. I went speedy. That already came with a filter in it.
Right. These actually take longer.
A
'cause you
minute
gotta-
to roll a joint.
Took him 15.
It's all right. I have nice, beautiful chopped weed, and it's evenly burning, and it's nice. See?
I'm just saying.
It's legal.
You guys got brand new. You guys got brand new, and I got leftovers.
Leftovers are sometimes better.
Look at the size of that monster.
Did you ever have no weed and scrape the side of your bowl and just smoke the fucking resin?
Yes,
Oh my God. Sometimes that's a wow.
that's a hell of a buzz.
It is.
It's like
Right.
smoking hashish.
But it tastes.
It's a little less, it doesn't taste quite as good.
Right.
But I haven't had to do that in a long time, so I just clean my pipe and throw it away.
I can't even
But
do it because I use glass pipes now.
sometimes I have to do it.
Yeah, I have one time.
Are we still connected, guys?
Yeah. Why? Yeah, we're still.
Because you guys kind of froze up on me.
Oh, I said,
I'm
yeah, no, we're
not
good.
freezing.
I'm not freezing.
Oh, okay. So I didn't.
So, what else is new in the news? I mean, you guys always come up with this Newsmax crap all the time.
I didn't say. I said,
there's no.
Okay. So Joe, the laptop now is become news, and before it was a big lie, and so now that's no longer a big lie, and that's a news fact.
Right.
According to the Republican side, yeah.
Man.
Oh no,
don't
other
have
than NBC and Wall Street Journal.
It's not Joe Biden, it's Hunter Biden. And who gives a fuck about Hunter Biden?
Because Joe Biden lied about it. Okay. One, Joe Biden lied about it. Two, Joe Biden met with the people that gave Hunter Biden the bad money. So that means there's a connection to badness from Joe Biden, and just lying about it makes him not a good person.
And on top of that, that makes him vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
It makes him vulnerable to the enemy.
Yeah.
They've got something over his head. They could hold something against him, and he fucking knows it.
Yep.
That's what I don't know if he knows it now. I think he's lost it all. It's all gone.
Too. It's gone.
I think his brain, you know how the brain changes colors in the fucking pictures as you get in Alzheimer's?
Yeah.
His is about black. His brain is, he's got little sparks every once in a while.
And then it drops to the stage 2, and then it drops off fast. It just,
Once he gets past stage 2, it's gone. It's gone. He's going to slide right on out.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, too. Is, everybody knew that, and everybody knew that he was a fucking cripple when they elected him. So who's the real idiot?
Well, they didn't vote for Biden. They voted against Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, anybody but Trump.
Yeah, anybody but Trump.
And that's if the votes are right, because I'm still convinced that there was something going on there.
Me too.
With the accumulation of the votes and the way things went, I'm not saying that it wasn't legit, but I'm not saying it was legit either. I mean, because both sides have a good story. Okay.
There's too many inconsistencies for us not to look into it.
And then when they fucking got rid of the story on the Joe Biden on the Hunter Biden case, when they said no, it's all misinformation, it's all a lie, that's when it turned.
Yeah.
And it was rigged against him. He had to know they were coming after him. Well, they could.
Here's my favorite thing: is you got all this damn information against you and your family, and you just leave it at some repair shop.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's called crack cocaine.
Yeah,
that's crack cocaine. There,
crazy. Yeah. And the other part of all this is all the system is all corrupt. All these career politicians are corrupt. They're all not billionaires. They're all millionaires, and being a public servant will not make you a multimillionaire. But for some reason, they're all millionaires.
No, because they're already rich.
Not all of them.
They're already, most of them are already rich before they even get into office.
Okay.
That's how they use their power. It's the poor ones you got to watch out for.
I
want to know what Cortez is worth now compared to what she was worth when she got in.
Look at Barack Obama's
Buttigieg. What is his name? Buttigieg, the transportation secretary dude.
Yeah,
he's on the docket to run against whoever comes in now.
Yeah,
he's their next.
It's not all true that they all have money.
Next guy.
Because if you look at Barack Obama, he was under $1 million, under $1 million when he became the president.
Right.
Under $1 million when he
Right.
became president, and now he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah. You know, but when you think about it, though, George W. Bush was poor when he got out of the White House.
Yes, right. He was poor, but Barack wasn't. And here's
Right.
another one. Bernie Sanders wasn't rich. Bernie Sanders was on welfare most of his life.
Yeah.
He was a welfare recipient for about 30% of his life.
Yeah.
He's the socialist that everybody likes, by the way. He
Right.
wasn't really
Well,
economic.
Buttigieg is going to be on the docket to run against whoever we get, but he's all they got. That's it. Their go-to guy now.
There's no concern for me whatsoever because
No.
he's kind of a stupid man. I'm
He will
sorry.
be off that list. He will drop off the top 5 in the next year and a half, 2 years. He'll be gone. He'll be an afterthought. He'll be a
Yep.
fart in the wind. He'll
Yep.
he'll be a queef in the wind, as the gay people say. It'll be a queef. It won't even be a fart. He's a queefer, not a farter.
Now be careful. Be careful. Don't be talking about the
No,
LGBTQ.
it's okay. It's okay. Hey, listen, you know, I gotta say one thing about it, and that's all I got to say. He will drop off.
Don't say gay, Bill. We got the don't say gay, Bill.
No, you can
Don't say gay, Bill. It's
Hey,
not.
by God, you know what? He's a success story. He's a
Yeah.
homosexual man who's got now a family with a little girl and his daddy and his husband, and he is the fucking Treasury Secretary or the Transportation Secretary of the United States of America, for Christ's sake. And ain't this country great? Hey, what's wrong with this country? What's wrong?
He's only where he is because he follows party politics.
What's
If
wrong
you
with
follow
this?
the
There's nothing wrong with this country at all. We got African Americans in prominent places in politics. We've got African American women on the fucking Supreme Court. We've got Asian Americans on the Supreme Court. What's wrong with it? We got gays on the Supreme Court. What's wrong with this country? Nothing. There's nothing wrong.
do we have an Asian on the Supreme Court?
We ain't racist. We're not bigoted.
Okay, where did that
I
come
think
from?
we
First of all,
We should be.
that's stupid. Don't even go there.
No. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm telling the truth. If you look around and they say we're systematically racist and bigoted in this country, why are all of these cases true? We've got African American women on the fucking Supreme Court. We've got gays on the Supreme Court. We've got homosexuals in our fucking Congress. We got homosexuals. We got African Americans in our Senate representing the people of the United States of America. What's wrong with this country? Why are we being
I'll even
labeled?
go one step further. We even have something that we've never ever had before. We have 2 Muslim Congress people.
We are the most diverse country in the world.
Absolutely.
What is wrong with our country? Nothing.
That's the problem.
Saying
There's nothing wrong.
America's fucked up.
That's why America's fucked up.
If America's so fucked up, why do all these people want to come here for a second chance there, knee scab?
Yeah, there you go. Good idea, knee scab.
If America's so fucked up, why are millions of people coming across that fucking border to live here for a second chance? Why is that? It's all bullshit.
Come on, Mr. Libertarian.
You got me rolling now, motherfuckers. I'll tell you right now, goddammit. The people of America deserve better than what we're getting. I'll tell you that right now.
Hey, Swizzle Sticks, did you vote for Ralph Nader?
We're not the greatest country in the world.
No, we're not. We're not racist and we're not bigoted.
There's nobody anymore that's the greatest country. Economically, that's China.
It's
okay?
all one world.
But there's nobody that's superior anymore.
The New World Order. George W. Bush.
This
And
is
it
what
won't
they
be.
George Herbert Walker Bush. A kinder, gentler nation.
It won't be the greatest country in the world until Trump comes back.
But it can't be. It will never be again. It will never be again until long time. We
You know,
won't ever see that.
when Trump elects DeSantis as his vice president and then does his 4 years, then DeSantis does 8 more. That's 12 years of greatness coming.
But that's true. That's no. I have news. DeSantis has he has just as much clout right now as Trump.
Yeah, he does.
He's treating Florida like the way everybody else wants the rest of the country to be treated.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
So he's kind of got a lot, if not close to Trump's clout, he's pretty much on a level playing field with Trump for a lot of people. Okay.
Well, when he gets to be
there's a lot of diehard Trump fans that are now DeSantis fans. I'm one of them. Okay, because he went up against Disney and he won, and he fucking won.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, don't tell me, don't put your fucking corporateness in my politics. And that's
don't try to cancel me, motherfucker. That's what it was. He told them straight up, don't try to cancel me. You're in for a fucking whirlwind. You're in for a world of hurt if you think that's going to happen. We will slow production for you. You will. What he did to them, is just unreal.
Not only that, but the bill that he passed, to me, is a great bill. Don't talk about sex with kids from kindergarten or 3rd grade. There's nothing immoral and nothing wrong with that law. That law should be in every fucking state in this country.
Absolutely. I don't think it's time. I didn't go into sex education until the 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started my sex education.
I'll tell you what, if any teacher taught my kid sex when they were in kindergarten, I would have punched that teacher in their fucking mouth.
Yeah.
You know, I wish they had masturbation class when I was little.
Well, yeah, you're a weird motherfucker, but the rest of us
Well, they teach masturbate. They teach you how to put on a condom. They use a condom over a fucking cucumber in the classroom. I mean, they show you how to use a condom. I mean, when I was growing up, they taught you all the shit about the important shit, like be careful of disease, wear a condom if you think it's not going to be safe, and that was basically it. They said you're on your own.
Yeah.
They didn't come out by and squeeze everybody's balls. No, they didn't do that. And it was always the coach that taught sex education back in the day. It was always the coach, the football coach or the PE coach or whoever. He was the guy that got sex education. Mm-hmm. He was the guy that, and you'd have to sit in that classroom and he would be talking about shit. And it would all be boys in the class. No girls were allowed in the classroom.
Like, I didn't go to hell because the baseball coach was the teacher and I was on the baseball team, so he never fucking failed us. Oops. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. So I mean, but you're right. Or it was the butch coach from the girls swim team.
Oh yeah, the butch coach.
Yeah.
There was always one of those butch coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Back then you didn't say gay. Today you can't say gay.
Right.
Back then you didn't say gay. Today you can't say gay.
Right.
Don't say gay.
Right.
That's what they're saying that bill is all about, and nothing could be further from the truth. Let the child find its own development.
Right. There's nothing about gay in it. All it is don't talk about sex or body parts or differences in men and women or whatever from kindergarten to 3rd grade.
That's all. That's all. That's it.
Yeah.
They made something out of nothing, and it came back to bite them on the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Disney is fucked.
But they were fucked big time because now, before, the state never had to go in and do inspections or anything because they were their own land. Now, they inspect and there's other, they lost tax breaks. They said something like $200 million a year in taxes it's going to generate for the state right off the bat.
Right.
I mean, this is something
that Bunny dressed up like a chick bunny once or twice.
Yeah. Well, you'll never see those cartoons anymore. They'll never have cartoons like that. Pretty soon those cartoons are going to be scrubbed off YouTube. Like the old Betty Boop cartoons that were kind of racist. They were. I'm not going to lie. They were fucking racist. But it happened. It shouldn't be erased. It happened. It's not good. I didn't like it, whatever. But it's part of the
It
history.
wasn't something that I watched. I
Right.
mean, I watched Felix the Cat, Pepe Le Pew. I like Pepe Le Pew. He was good. And Speedy Gonzalez, he was good.
Well, that's
El
crazy.
Gato, he was a stoner. Don't tell me he wasn't a stoner. And fucking Speedy Gonzalez was a trip. He was doing speed or something because he was hauling ass. So, and then another favorite of mine. What's your favorite cartoon character there, Niescab?
I'd have to go with the Roadrunner.
Yeah,
Oh, they
I
had
like
colored
Coyote.
cartoons when you were a
See,
kid?
The Roadrunner and the Coyote.
I thought the Coyote was funny as snot, man. He was hilarious. He was hilarious, and he knew he was going to get into trouble, and he did.
Yeah. I didn't really like cartoons even when I was a kid.
No.
I watched a few here and there, but I think I watched more PBS shit. I'm not even kidding. Like, when I say PBS, I'm talking about like Lawrence Welk and friggin' like the educational shows and all that. The history.
When they went
the
Speed
painter.
Racer.
Oh yeah, Bob Ross.
Remember
Yeah,
when
Bob
they went
Ross.
Speed Racer, from cartoons to Speed Racer, where
Slow down.
the talking didn't match the, and they didn't move right, and I thought that was the biggest fake cartoon shit you ever could have. Why would they do that after they had Looney Tunes where they actually moved and shit and talked? But the Speed Racer, that was the most fucked up cartoon shit. And they went along with that for years. They went,
Huge. It was huge.
I was a big Johnny
Suck.
Quest fan. I like Johnny Quest.
Yeah, Johnny
Suck.
Quest was pretty good.
I thought Johnny Quest was cool.
Yeah.
I liked Foghorn Leghorn. Foghorn Leghorn, he was good.
yeah,
He was
yeah,
funny as
Foghorn.
shit.
Yeah. Yep. I see Looney Tunes. I watched that stuff, but I didn't really watch cartoons and stuff. I was a child in the late 70s, so we had that.
They decided, the liberals decided they were going to cancel Yosemite Sam.
Yeah.
They got rid of him,
Right.
and they got rid of who else did they get rid of? There was somebody else.
And
that
Speedy
they wanted to-
Gonzalez.
Speedy Gonzalez.
And
Yeah,
Pepe-
Speedy Gonzalez, and they got rid of who was that space Martian? That Martian with the black face.
Oh, Marvin Martian or whatever.
Marvin Martian. They canceled him. Yeah, they canceled all that shit.
Yeah.
There was nothing racist about their cartoons at all.
I still think, like, with the whole woke stuff, like, say with the Washington Redskins, okay, I can almost understand why they changed that name, whatever. But why would you go with the dumbest name ever and change your name to the Commanders? What the fuck? That is so. It sounds like some XFL football name.
Yeah, well, you'd have to get used to it. You'll get used to it. I mean, it's like anything else. And the Cleveland Indians changed their name to the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, that's another one. It sounds like a B League name.
Yeah, it belongs in fucking AAA or AA.
I mean,
the Durham Bulls.
You change your name, I understand. Okay, I understand the reason why you're changing your name, whatever. But change it to something that's...
You guys still with me?
No, we're...
Yeah. Or are you frozen?
No,
No.
Yeah, we're...
You're frozen. Yeah, your mechanic did great on your...
Yeah, he fixed that shit real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he did. Well, I'm not buffering. It's Skype.
I don't know, because I haven't had one froze at all, brother.
Not me.
Then it is me. It is me.
It's you.
Definitely me.
I'm fucking high, man.
Yeah, me too.
I smoked 2 joints, and then I smoked 2 joints, and then before that I smoked 2 more joints. So I smoked 2 joints before I smoked 2 joints, and then I smoked 2 more joints.
Wow, that sounds like a song.
Don't it? But I really did. I shouldn't have smoked that many because I don't have that many left. Holy fuck! Now I'm getting all paranoid.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Somebody call 911! Somebody call 911! Oh, yeah, I'm gonna lose it, man. I'm gonna lose it.
That's all I got left, man.
You overdosed on marijuana?
Okay, that's it. That's all I got left for the month. The month, my ass. That's it. The week end.
I like rides weed.
I don't care whose weed you like.
It's all solid, fucking rock hard, fucking bud.
I probably pay less, so I don't care. Cause
You got to know, man. You got to know that we
here's my last bag.
we broke an hour. We're gonna keep on going. What's that?
That's my last bag.
Oh, that's your last bag.
I don't see it. I didn't see it.
Oh, good, because I don't want you to see it. It's just an empty bag, man. There's nothing to see.
Nothing to see here.
All right.
All right. Look at him. He's stoned too.
But he's
Where else? Where else? Only in America can you do a show when you're blazing.
No, you could probably do it in other countries. You just might get arrested.
Yeah.
You know. But who knows, man? I don't know. Why you want? Yeah, we can keep going. Let's talk about. I don't know. Now I had all this shit to talk about, but then you said, shit, and now I don't know what to talk about.
You have things to talk about. You had.
What's trending? What's trending? Okay.
My shirt's pretty cool. That's trending.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's talk about what do you think about this? The Russian-Ukraine war. We haven't talked about that yet. The Russian-Ukraine war. First question: were we too slow to act?
What?
Was it too late?
No.
Who?
Did we help Ukraine too late, or was it just about right?
We haven't helped them yet. What are you talking about?
I'm with him. We haven't helped them yet. Have we given them supplies? They say we have. I don't know if we have. I mean, yeah, they could say anything they want. But until there's boots on the ground, they didn't help shit. And here's another point. If they put boots on the ground, that's why they're not. China is going to say, you're not fucking, invading Russia like this. We need to help Russia, okay? So now you got World War fucking 3. And this is why we don't have boots on the ground, okay?
I understand that.
Not to mention, this would have never happened if Trump was in there.
It wouldn't have, because Putin might have been a little less puffing his chest, okay? Like, he wouldn't put it past Trump to pull on the trigger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. And especially if we would have had, like we did, he sent troops to Ukraine to help train the Ukrainian army.
Right.
And Trump did. And had bombs dropped while Americans were on the ground there and Trump was in office, it would have been on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it would have been.
It would have been ugly. It would have been ugly. I promise.
And it's a shame that had happened, and I feel tremendously empathy for those people. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I think Trump would have at least said, listen, we're going to make sure this is a fair fight, and we're going to, you can't fly over them, and they can't fly over you, so you got to use whatever you can on the ground, and you can't bring ships in there either, because they don't have ships, so we're going to keep it fair. Huh?
Well, what Trump would also not let the NATO things happen. And so, like they were trying to be sneaky, backdooring it. And now there's things that we got to talk about too, if we're talking about that. I'm not siding with Russia at all. But the thing of it is Russia's never did anything yet that they haven't said that they were going to do. Okay. They said they were going to invade, and they did. They said they were going to shut down power to Germany if they didn't pay in gold instead of the US dollar. They didn't pay in the gold, and they shut them off. Is it good? No, it's not good. That's bad. But they warned everybody before They didn't.
Talk about warnings. Trump warned everybody it was coming.
Yeah, he did.
Trump told them straight up, look, if you don't buck up right fucking now, Russia's going to do something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is. And they saw that how weak this guy is that we've got in the White House now. He's so fucking weak that, NATO is just sitting back with their hands behind their head and their feet up on a stool. Yeah, well, let's wake them up a little bit. And that's exactly what happened. And they were sleeping on the job.
Here's another thing to ponder, dude, Free Ride. You were talking about George Bush talking about the New World Order, okay? In all my research, I've only known 2 countries that speak against the New World Order. That's China and Russia. Okay? No, not many other countries are against it. They're for this one world government, except for China and Russia. And isn't it strange we always have maybe we do always have problems with them. Maybe they are as bad as people say they are. But on the other hand, are they?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they afraid of a takeover? I don't know. You got to think of it like, I'm not condoning anything they do, because anytime anybody loses their life, it's bullshit. It's just stupid, nonsense bullshit. But if you're afraid that someone's going to invade your country right now, dude, if we're afraid Canada and Mexico are going to come and invade us, are we not going to protect ourselves?
Yeah, but I don't think that Ukraine was that threat.
I don't think it was either. I'm not saying I'm not agreed to.
No.
Yeah.
What Ukraine is, what I think Ukraine is they are the victim of poor American foreign policy.
Everybody, that's every country in the world.
Blatantly. The Russians knew there was no fucking way that any of those NATO countries or America was going to get involved in this thing.
Right.
And okay, we're sending arms. That's probable cause to push the button on Ukraine, dude. Mm-hmm. That's probable cause. Say, no, motherfucker, you can't interfere in this. He's got every reason to fucking push that fucking button. Yeah. But he hasn't done it yet because he knows what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
he hasn't done it. Germany's got a new prime minister. He's a Nazi motherfucker.
Yeah, but if it goes to full scale, China's getting involved, Japan's getting involved. North Korea's getting involved.
Japan has already threatened Russia. They want those islands back over there that they want back, and they were taken illegally over there by Kamchatka. And Japan has already put forth warning saying, look, motherfuckers, we want it back. And the Japanese government has now changed their constitution to have an offensive military. Mm-hmm. So what they're going to do is they're going to be building tanks and aircraft carriers, and they do a great job building ships. Yeah. And I think China is shaking in their boots because their fucking finances are not going to be able to keep up with a duo like the United States and Japan.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to want to strike before that happens.
But that's why, though, they're going to ally up with the Soviet Union, or Russia, rather, because that's the closest thing that they have to an ally. So that's what I'm saying. That's how it's going to start World War III. It's China, Russia versus the world. Okay. And maybe they'll get some other countries too that will go on their
Russia
side.
Could never, seeing what I've seen in Ukraine with the Russian military, they couldn't survive a world war.
Maybe not. But
they couldn't survive.
Name me a time in history when the Russian people didn't try to do it.
Their nukes are not smart. Their nukes are not smart bombs. They go to an area where they hit within the vicinity of the target. Okay? They don't hit exact. Ours do. Ours can pinpoint a target and take it out.
But we'll never use them unless they really threaten to the shit to extinct. We'll never use them. I mean, that's the thing about nukes is I don't care if you're pinpoint or not. Nobody wants to use them.
No.
Nobody wants to use them. They're a last.
If the Russians shoot a nuke at Ukraine, all the fallout's going to float over to them. It's going to
affect Poland and all those countries over there. Yeah.
It's going to float over to them. It's gonna what do they call that?
Migrate.
Yeah. Well,
It'll migrate to them.
the wind blows
The
that
winds
way.
will push it down.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen there if anything happens
That's
like
happened in
that.
Chernobyl too. The winds
Yeah,
killed everything. You know? Yeah. But see, the thing of it is nobody's going to use that till it's a last resort. And if they use it on Ukraine, then the other countries are going to use it on them. And what good does it do? So he's not going to use them. Okay. If he uses them, that country's going to be done. It's going to be done.
They were saying something about Chernobyl never hurt nobody. So
That's false.
yeah, nobody got hurt. Nobody got excess cancer that didn't already, wasn't any different than any other cities in the world. And it was all a bunch of crap.
Well,
Chernobyl.
they did come out with a report that the Russian soldiers that were at Chernobyl digging trenches and shit are coming back covered in radiation.
Yeah.
Covered.
Yeah, well, it won't hurt them. I think that's probably a lie. So think that.
Okay. We'll think that.
Well, see, now, Guido, that's not fair. That's not fair. That I know what he's saying. And that's not fair. Now, we always say that, oh, this wasn't true, or this was well, that's his view.
Here's the reason why they would lie.
Okay.
So they can enforce their Green New Deal and take nukes out of the power industry, which is what we really need, because it's the cleanest and safest energy that we can make.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to scare everybody out of nukes so you can buy a windmill for your backyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
No bird around. No birds.
Because there's no chance that radiation kills anybody. There's no evidence of that.
There's no evidence of it?
That's what I'm asking him. There's no such evidence that radiation kills people.
Well, sure it is. With a
it
certain
does
amount.
kill you. It does kill you.
Absolutely. So if you have a
smaller
nuclear
doses, does it really kill you? And the iodine and the treatment that they give you, they say, okay, we're going to scrub you down. They scrub them down, and then they fucking give them this fucking iodine pills for about 6 weeks.
What do you do when you go into chemo? You take radiation to get rid of the cancer that you got from the radiation.
Yeah.
But that radiation kills patients before the cancer does sometimes.
Absolutely. It does.
Sometimes shit happens,
It melts you from the inside out. It melts
but it's no different in Chernobyl than it is in fucking Moscow or in LA.
Listen,
there's no difference in the ratio.
I believe in a lot of off-the-wall theories. We know how I believe in no space, whatever. But if you let's just look up Chernobyl deformities. There's a lot of them. Okay, there's a lot of proven things. And
I'm calling lies on that. All right,
lies on that. See, you are those guys that just don't have. Once you believe something, that's it. You believe it, dude. It's done. It's over. You know.
No, well, okay, whatever you think. But the thing is, I don't believe everything I hear.
I don't either. I don't either. Absolutely, I question every motherfucking thing I read and hear and see and everything.
There you go. So you don't question that, though.
Because there's proofs of it, though. There's proofs.
The people in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, man, they were pretty ate up with radiation.
Yeah.
It would blister their skin.
Yeah.
No, it's bad.
Yeah,
dude.
and they came back. Came back tenfold, and I'm saying, what do we do? Drop a fucking aphrodisiac on them or a fucking population pill? Because they're fucking all the time, and they're making new kids, and they're just growing and growing and growing and growing.
Because they had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
What else are they gonna do? We blew up half their fucking life.
Now they're gonna populate. But
they had a city.
We dropped fertilizer on them. We dropped fertilizer on them.
And that wasn't even nuclear. That was atomic. You know, imagine the difference in nuclear. Okay.
Right.
Did you ever see the test clouds on the atomic bomb? That was holy fuck. Okay, and I've seen them on nuclear ones too that they test out.
They got away with that. They did it in the desert. They did it everywhere, and they got away with it. Nobody died of extra cancer or nothing.
Don't know that. You don't know that.
I know that.
Well, no, they've shown those military forces that were stationed in the desert who had to, first of all, the bomb would go off.
Right.
And then they would get these guys up out of their trenches and they would march towards the explosion to check radiation
Levels.
expansion
Yeah.
and how far out the radiation went. Yeah, them guys, they had history of kids being fucking mentally
Birth
fucked up
defects
and deformities and all kinds of crazy shit. It's like Agent Orange.
Absolutely.
Tell me Agent Orange didn't exist.
Listen, they wouldn't make something a weapon that scares other people if it didn't do something deadly. Okay?
Oh, absolutely.
Nations are scared of nuclear missiles for a reason. Okay.
Well, back to the Agent Orange. Agent Orange wasn't made to kill people. It was made to cut down on the foliage, and we didn't know that it would hurt people.
Oh, you believe that? You believe that it was that they thought it was harmless to people? You believe that? Do you really believe that?
He's froze.
Do I believe that?
Do you believe that? Do you believe that they knew that Agent Orange was safe for people? They say, oh, this is good for people. It's wrong for fucking vegetation. We're going to kill all the vegetation. Okay? But the people can be okay. Right?
Monsanto said that too with their Roundup.
There you go.
Killed African after African. They were fucking making it down in Africa and they were letting it out into the air. The people were dropping like fucking flies.
They said that about asbestos too, because they didn't know.
And paraquat.
They know.
We're always the guinea pig.
Yeah.
By the time we figure it out, it's too fucking late. We're all dead. We know that a nuclear blast, if you survive it, your chances of survival are about 10%.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, well, you're saying there's a chance, right?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, those are not even good Vegas odds, okay?
Come on, they knew Agent Orange was fucked up. They knew it was going to kill people. And then they had our guys go out there and march in it, just like they dropped LSD in their water supply.
Right. And you know what else they did? I don't care what people tell me. They did this. Everybody in Vietnam was smoking weed all the time. Where the fuck did they get that weed? It just didn't grow. That shit was planted. That shit was dropped. That shit was there. People smoke weed all the time in Vietnam. You see it all the time in documentaries and movies. They're always smoking weed.
Yeah, well, weed wasn't illegal in Vietnam. It was only illegal
I'm still saying the
smuggle it.
Drop that shit.
It wasn't even an issue. And most of the weed in Vietnam came from Thailand because that's where it grows.
And it was dropped by the American forces for
their CIA. The CIA was in Thailand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah, they were.
Well, we did. We couldn't smoke marijuana on the ship.
Well, you're on a ship. That's different. But those guys in the trenches were smoking weed all the fucking time because it made them more calm and everything. You know, less likely to run away from the scene because they're stoned as fuck. I'm telling you, they did it then too. That's why they're making it legal now. Because it calms you and makes you follow the pack.
Well, right back to the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
That made heroin the drug of choice on the ships because it didn't smell.
Yeah.
So everybody on the ships did heroin instead of smoked weed.
Yeah. Did you do it?
Do what?
Did you partake in those activities?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
That's how I know it.
That's
how I know it. The pilots, the doctors, the officers, the Marines.
I mean,
the master arts.
I'm not going to tell you the shit we did in the Army, and we wasn't in a war, and we wasn't even on a foreign land. We was here, and I was in fucking Missouri, and I was always fucked up all the fucking
time.
Yeah,
everybody was high all the time.
Yeah. It was great, you know. And I was.
I went to prison for $15 worth of hash oil, and they had every kind of drug you'd ever want there in prison. It was hypocritical, and it was fucking hypocrisy. It was anything that you could think that was bad that was there. So
yeah, and they were probably getting a cut of the action somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure.
So it wasn't hypocritical. It was
Greed.
Financial, economical. It was economical. Just like you get arrested in a Mexican prison when you were in the military. You don't go to court. You fucking empty your bank account, and you go home.
Yeah, and if you didn't, and you didn't have any family there, they could bring you food and blankets and shit. You'd do without.
Yeah,
you would.
But I'm saying if you were a U.S. military person, a U.S. soldier arrested in Mexico, it's $2,000 gets you out of court.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, because you're a soldier, so they're not going to go through the bullshit.
That's their corrupt judicial system. See.
Yeah. Mexico's fucked up. Mexico's fucked up.
Yeah, but then again, on certain things they're not, because the federales are just like our FBI. They're fucking, the same thing. I'm corrupt too, just like ours are. Some of ours are too. But I don't think Mexico's as bad as it used to be. The cartels are. Okay, that's a whole nother story. The cartels.
Well, if you're caught raping your niece and she's only 11 years old, you can buy your way out of it there.
Well, shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen.
Well, you can, though. You can buy your way out of that if you have enough money.
But it shouldn't happen. I don't give a fuck if you can or you can't. It shouldn't happen. You rape your niece, you should go to jail. You rape anybody, you should go to jail. But especially
but in some places it's the death penalty if you do that shit.
Absolutely. In some of those Muslim countries, you steal a loaf of bread, they'll cut your hand off. I mean, it's
if you're caught whoring, you get stoned to death.
Yeah, and that's not with Bob Marley either. That's fucking it's
that's stones.
Stone, yeah.
Fucking big stone rocks are thrown at your head.
Yeah. So it's crazy, to think of everything, and too, especially if you're, in those countries too. If you're gay or everything, they kill you. Okay, and here you get ostracized for even talking against gay, but there you can be killed in some of these countries, and nobody talks about that. It's like, wait a minute. This guy over here has a podcast that's anti-gay, so he's a bad person, but this other country kills gays, and nobody really retaliates or says anything about that.
Well, what bothers me most about it is that if we can talk about it here on our show, and we can get away with pretty much anything we want to get away with except for the gay word, then why do we even bother?
Don't forget Corona.
Yeah, you can't mention coronavirus.
And see, now that's the thing too, and that's what happens is like this whole conversation that we had, today. There's a bunch of keywords that we said that's gonna make this conversation be listened to. YouTube censors. That's how it works. So we've already said all the magic words, okay? And most times they listen to it and hear the context, okay, whatever. But the show we did a couple weeks ago, I guess they said we were dispensing medical advice, and I don't believe at any time we were. And I didn't want to fight it because it's their word against ours, I guess, but I don't really feel we did, and I feel an injustice on that. We just gave our opinion, and we've always said that this show is an opinion. None of us are experts by far. Are any of us experts?
Yeah, no, we're not experts, and we didn't get this information from anyone. It's just the way we think, and what we think, and what we've seen around us is our family evidence of what happens here. And I think that's a science experiment all by itself. Is knowing, that I had it and I was vaccinated, but I was vaccinated for the flu and I got that too.
Mm.
Okay, so what's the problem?
Yeah.
You can't talk about it.
Can't. So I'm not going to respond because you can't. And it's stupid because,
Well, tell me, you guys, do you guys believe that the mask works?
I'm not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that.
no.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
going to talk about any of that. And the only thing
All right,
is,
Corona's dead now.
Well,
Corona's
I was
dead.
just gonna
Bye-bye.
say, I was able to fly back home, and I didn't have to have a mask on, so that was really cool. You know, that was.
You should thank one of the federal judges that Trump appointed because that's who did it, and
Yeah.
that's why.
Well, I was just saying that, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Was it freeing? Was it relaxing? Did you have a better flight?
Here's a question that will end this debate. Were there people on there with masks on?
No, nobody
Okay.
had a flight. I believe the stewardesses wore theirs.
Okay, but if there was, say, one passenger that did have it on, now that's
Nothing.
that. But if there was, that's that person's choice. Okay, nobody was forced not to wear a mask.
Right.
That's right.
Exactly.
Nobody
That's
was
your
forced.
choice, and that's the way it should have been from the beginning, in my opinion.
Never mind. We're not going to go here, okay?
Yeah, let's end that.
Yeah, let's end that right now. Okay. So, let's see what else. Sex.
Sex.
Yeah.
Talk about sex.
No, that's kind of boring. Let's talk about. Oh, I'm going to the Dodger game at the end of September. They're playing the Cardinals, and I figure in the end of the season they're almost finished, so they'll be up in the standings and shit by then. So it's going to be a great. As far as
listen, my state team, the New York Yankees, has more championships than every team from your state together.
Joe.
And that's not even a lie.
Well, they're the oldest team too, and they spent the most money.
I don't think they're the oldest team. They're not.
Yeah, they are pretty much. They were there at the beginning.
No, they weren't. They came in the second wave in 1880. They weren't from the beginning. Those were the people like the Indians or the command or the what the fuck are they now? Not the
Guardians. Cleveland.
Yeah, Guardians. They were one of the first ones. Maybe
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh
was one of the first ones.
Yeah. But the Yankees came in the second wave when they added more teams. They're old. They've been there since like 1886 or whatever. But it was the second wave. Then there was the third wave that came in the early 1900s. And that was
the Dodgers didn't move to LA till this early 60s, late 50s.
Yeah, I don't know this, so I'm not saying this, but I don't know if they ever won a championship when they were here in New York. I don't know.
I don't know if they did either, but
top of my head. But
they were the Brooklyn Dodgers before they were the LA Dodgers.
The Bronx Bombers.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah. And that's the thing is at that time there was enough people in the state of New York to, have those two teams. But I don't know what happened because now there is two teams again, the Mets and the Yankees, So I don't know why the Dodgers left. Maybe it was too close to each other. I don't know. Better opportunity. I don't know because there's the Mets and the Bills. The Mets and the Yankees been there for at least in my lifetime for the last 40 years,
Yeah.
The Boston Red Stockings were the first team, and that was in 1871.
Okay, then the Yankees came in 1901. That was the second wave.
And then the Chicago Cubs, 1871.
Wow.
The Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals, 1882 to 1891.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh Pirates, the Redlegs, the Cincinnati Redlegs.
Yankees were 1901, I think. I don't want to admit it 100%, but I think, if I remember correctly. And I don't even really like the Yankees, so I don't know why I'm talking shit about them, because I really don't like them. My baseball team was always the Cincinnati Reds when I was growing up. And then when I got older, it was the Detroit Tigers. But I don't really have one now. I don't really watch it anymore, so I never liked the Yankees, and the reason why is because they were always winning. And I said to myself, why? Because they have the most money? That shouldn't be.
I'm more excited, Guido, about the latest and the greatest of the latest. Like who's in charge this year, and who's the best this year, and and the records that are broken. And I'm more into that than the past. In the
Yankees came in at 1901.
I was right. See,
you were right.
Yeah, and then there was like a couple waves later on, and then they had the Astros of that in the 60s, but then there wasn't any at it for a long time until I forgot who it was. Not the Rockies or whatever.
And the Yankees spent more money than any other.
Oh, and Seattle came in at 77.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, I did forget about that. Yeah, the Seattle Mariners. Yeah. Now, see, I used to be a baseball fan, but I haven't watched it in 20-some years because it just after the Sosa and McGuire thing there, I stopped watching it.
The strike and all that.
Yeah,
I quit watching.
That's when I stopped watching it. When they were doing the home run thing, because to me, Pete Rose owns the home run championship. Okay, those steroided up motherfuckers shouldn't even got anything. Pete Rose with his little arms like me and you had the home run record, and they stripped it from him because he was a dumbass and gambled, which they shouldn't have, because he didn't do it then. Okay, he deserved his awards and his records. And then them steroid up big arm motherfuckers with the power of wrestlers shouldn't get the award. If anything, okay, you stripped it from Pete Rose, it's still tied.
Yeah.
I thought the whole banning of Pete Rose was dumb. Okay, and it breaks my heart because he was such a great baseball player.
Well, I'm into today's like the Dodgers, I think, going to do really well this year. I think the Cardinals are going to do well this year. I think, of course, there's some teams out there that's going to do really good. It's going to be a good competition. I think it's going to be a good year.
What's your favorite team that played for your team and then for your rival? Now, mine would be, because I had a short time in my life where I really liked the Boston Red Sox. And so mine would be Roger Clemens, because he played for both. Or Johnny Damon, because he played for both, too. So that to me was like my favorite team playing my least favorite team. Now you're on my least favorite team. But I still had to root for you because I loved you over here. You know what I mean? And
yeah. I never really had that as far as baseball is concerned.
Right.
I thought Frank and Brooks Robinson playing for the Baltimore Orioles was my favorite.
Yeah.
Watching them play against my actual rivals, which would have been the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
And the Orioles, when they won the pennant that year and had to play the Miracle Mets. That was a great World Series. People forget about that one, but that was
to me, there was different times for different, teams, and for different, guys that played. Like I liked Maris and Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle and all them when they played. I liked Sandy Koufax and
Well, I also liked I liked them guys, Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale. But then I was in Willie there with
and
Danny McLean and Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson. I was in there with Tom Seaver, fucking great
Bob
pitcher.
Gibson when he pitched for the Cardinals, you know. And so there's
my guys are more like Reggie Jackson and Pete Rose and
yeah.
I loved some Reggie Jackson. I remember I used to get the Reggie Jackson candy bar because it was Reggie.
Well,
Jackson.
I didn't like OJ, and I surely don't like Bruce Jenner either. So let's get that straight.
The juice, man. What he did, if he did it, whatever, fuck you. But what he did on the field, again, should not be intertwined with what he did off the field, okay? Because he did good. But anyways, speaking of, I'm so glad you segued into football because I was trying to get back there, so good job. But anyways, what do you think of your first-round draft choice?
This year?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay. Do you know who yours was?
Do I know who mine was?
Yeah.
No, I have no idea.
Holy fuck. Okay, so we can't talk about that, but I'll say the Bills picked a great guy with Khair Elam, a defensive back, which we really needed, which is great. So I'm happy and stoked with that. Now, here's the one for you. The number 2 overall pick. This is time. There's 2 picks in the top of the draft that the player played their whole career in this state and got drafted by that same state in the pros. That was the number 2 pick. I'll wait till you're done there. Aiden Hutchinson, who is from Michigan, played at the University of Michigan and got drafted by the Lions. And then Kenny Pickett, I forgot which number he was, played his whole career in Pittsburgh and was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's some pretty cool things.
We picked up a linebacker.
A linebacker. I knew that. I was just trying to see if you knew that.
Yeah, I had to look it up. It was Leo Chanel.
Yeah.
Iowa State Buckeyes or Colorado?
Yeah. Now, one of the best teams in the first round was the Jets. Oh my God, the Jets got like 4 or 5.
Purdue. Actually, Purdue.
Purdue. All right. You go, boy. All right. Now, here's the thing. What do you feel about Tyreek Hill being a Miami Dolphin?
Oh, yeah. Well, I knew it was coming. Sooner or later, I knew that was going to come. I didn't expect it this year, but I at least expected it next year. And he wants to go to a warmer climate, and okay.
And speaking of a warmer climate, his team, the LA Rams, let one of their defensive gurus go to my team, the Bills, and Von Miller, which was fucking ridiculously awesome for the Buffalo Bills. When I heard the news that the Bills got Von Miller, I'm like, no, fuck this, some April Fool's motherfucking shit, and I'm like, no fucking way they pulled the trigger on Von Miller. And then I was so excited. And I haven't been excited for Buffalo Bills football since I was a kid. I'm not kidding. This is like the first year that I'm so confident in a team.
Look at the Rams took Jerome Bettis, and he turned out to be a failure. You never know about the drafts.
But you gotta know. But no, you have to look back at that. They didn't think that Jerome Bettis did not suck in L.A. or wherever they were at the time. They wanted Lawrence Phillips, who they thought was better, and they lost. They should have kept Bettis, but they didn't like his smash mouth football. They wanted a finesse runner, and they didn't get that. They got a piece of shit.
Well, they got a guy that didn't show up for practices,
right. And then Bettis went on to be the smash mouth football in the smash mouth football team of Pittsburgh Steelers. And
he's the number 1 pick, though. See,
all right, here it is. I was wrong earlier.
Okay,
that was not right. That was not correct. From Washington, cornerback. Who was it? Trent McDuffie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, McDuffie, and then Second round was from Purdue, and that was Karlofich, or whatever the fuck his name is. They picked number 21 and 30 in the first round.
Yeah. And here's another thing too: is only one quarterback in the first round. One quarterback, okay?
Yeah.
And then the first 4 or 5 picks were all defensive players.
Yep.
1 and 2 were both edge rush defensive ends. Crazy, And then number 3 was like a defensive back, and it was just a different kind of draft this year. And then I read that next year's quarterback class is a much better class than this one. So people waited on the quarterback.
Yeah. And not only that, I mean, the AFC is fucking a fluff with quarterbacks. There are so many good quarterbacks in the AFC. Any one of them could win the Super Bowl.
Well, here's the thing, too. In my division alone, the AFC East, every starting quarterback in the AFC East is under 5 years in the league.
Yeah, young,
yes.
Yeah.
So they can break out at any time.
Hey, believe it or not, this is only Mahomes' 5th year.
Right.
This is only his 5th year.
The oldest quarterback in the AFC East, though, is Josh Allen.
Yeah, and all the old fuckers are down in the NFC South. All the old quarterbacks are down in the South.
Yeah.
You notice that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
It's funny, though, because right now the young quarterbacks you got Mahomes, you got Josh Allen, you got Joe Burrows. All these guys are getting the attention. Here's another one that was a different pick. Now Tennessee Titans have Ryan Tannehill as their quarterback. They picked another one in the draft.
Yeah. Well, Tannehill's contract is up in 2 years, I think.
I think it's
so
next year.
He could be traded after next year for no problem. Yeah. He could be fucking adios. And you know where he would fit really good? Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. And they got
really well.
Here's the thing, dude. They got the quarterback, Malik, I forgot his last name, Willis, I think, that was rated to go in the first round, in the third round.
Wow.
So they got
him cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. They couldn't wait after the third round. They're like, oh, he's still there.
Yeah, we got to take him.
Yeah.
So take him. Yeah, that's for sure.
They got him cheap. He lost a couple $1 million by landing down to the third.
Yeah, they did, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? The Top Gun is coming out the end of this month.
Who cares?
Who cares?
I like
remakes are good. Make your own movie. Make a new movie. Stop making fucking remakes.
The fucking sound effects and everything. It's a 2000 movie. It's got all the fucking special effects, all the new. Oh, it's going to be awesome.
And the other one, real people did it, so it was more believable.
Who?
In the first Top Gun, real people were flying those jets, not CGI. So to me, that's more believable.
I think they got the same shit going now.
I'm gonna watch it, and you know what? I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see which one's better. I mean,
I didn't really like the
McGinnis
first
is
one.
not in it. Kelly McGinnis, fucking.
Well, I already know the storyline. He's going to get there. None of the students are going to like his ass, and at the end, he's going to end up saving them, somehow or another. And that's the name of the movie. That's Top Gun.
Sounds like an Elvis movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It is. But the sound effects and everything's going to be good.
Top Gun.
Have you seen Kelly McGinnis lately?
It's McGillis.
Oh, McGillis. Yeah, McGillis.
Yeah. And I didn't like her then. I thought she was quite manly then.
Yeah.
She had
a penis.
Square. You might be right. And here's another shocker. Her co-star might not have one. Because he's kind of a soft looking.
He's got real small hands.
Yes. Yeah. So maybe there was a little gender bender back then,
Could be. I don't know. I don't know. I thought the first one was pretty good. I mean, for an 80s movie.
I never liked Tom Cruise ever in my life. At any point in my life did I like Tom Cruise.
The only movie I really liked him in was not, besides Top Gun, was what the fuck with
Mission
Firm.
Impossible.
huh?
Mission
Firm.
Impossible.
No,
Firm.
the Firm was okay, but it was God damn it, fuck.
Vanilla Sky.
A Few Good Men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
All
like
right.
that too. And the
I
Firm.
I like that movie, A Few Good Men. I cannot say that movie's not good. I do like it.
Yeah, that was good.
And the only movie that I liked because of Tom Cruise, I didn't like A Few Good Men because of him. Jack Nicholson is the reason A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
Okay, but the only movie that I liked him in is the first Mission Impossible.
Oh, the first Mission Impossible.
Yeah, and maybe the second one, but that's it. That's it. Everything else, I think he's an overactor that smiles too much and thinks he's the shit.
He does his own stunts.
I don't give a fuck. What the hell does that mean? Oh, okay, I gotta like him now 'cause he does his own stunts. So does Hulk Hogan. Do I gotta like him too?
Hulk Hogan is he's a stunt all by himself.
Yeah.
And Tobey Maguire was pretty good. He was in that.
He looks like a girl too.
Let's face it, man. He doesn't
And
like
Valkyrie. He was okay in Valkyrie. Remember Valkyrie?
Valkyrie was pretty good. I like that one.
The only good thing about Tom Cruise movies is when it says blah blah starring Tom Cruise and the credits are going up. That's the best part.
What is your all right? Let's change subject real quick. Change actors. And what's your favorite Clint Eastwood movie?
Clint Eastwood. See, Clint Eastwood. I grew up in a different time than you guys did with Clint Eastwood. I wasn't into the spaghetti westerns and all that. That was before my time. But one of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies is the first one with the monkey, Every Which Way But Loose. Man, I just absolutely love that movie. Maybe because I was a kid when it came out. But if you want to ask me what his best acting role in, it's The Unforgiven.
The Unforgiven.
The Unforgiven.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. I like I like him as Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Dirty Harry was pretty fucking good. If you ever sat down and really binged those two movies, that was really good.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Bullet with Steve McQueen. Steve McQueen was fucking killer in Bullet. That's an outstanding fucking movie. If you folks out there get a chance, watch the original, not the new Bullet.
You ever seen Thunderbolt and Lightfoot?
Yeah.
Thunderbolt and Lightfoot.
Kennedy and George Kennedy and that kid, what was his name? God damn, that was a good movie.
Busey, he broke his fucking neck.
We're talking about Clint Eastwood. Where do you come up with? You like just come in left field all the time. You're supposed to have your favorite Clint Eastwood movie.
Clint Eastwood was in
Thunderbolt Lightfoot.
Oh, okay. All right then. Yeah. You're good.
Him and the kid, they robbed this fucking. They robbed this safe. They go in through the wall, right?
Yeah. They use an anti-aircraft gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Busey, what's his name?
No, not Busey. It was George Kennedy and he got his head hit and he got cerebral palsy and died in the Cadillac with Clint Eastwood driving. What's his name? Bridges. Bridges.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
That's who it was, Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
God damn, I didn't even see the movie. Jesus Christ. All right, here's a guy that I can't tell you one movie that this guy was a good actor in.
Great movie.
Who?
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds? Oh, Smokey and the Bandit. Sorry.
One of my entertaining movie. Definitely entertaining movie. I'm talking about acting ability.
I think
Deliverance.
Only one that anybody can offer. Okay. And was he truly the better actor in that one, or was it other people?
In what?
He was good in that. He was good in that.
In Deliverance? No, he was good in that.
Or was it Ned Beatty?
Ned Beatty was good. So I don't know. I think his was more like, what's that? The one about the adult movies.
That he was decent in that one. That's Dirk Diggler. What the hell is it? Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. He was decent in that.
And
then one, The Longest Yard.
They were in the bayou. They were in the bayou, and he was he had to do some, criminal shit for the police. And what was the name of that one? It was pretty good in that.
Let me break it down for you. There's different kind of actor. There's the actor that's there to entertain, and then there's the actor to impress. Okay, I'm talking about Burt Reynolds would never get any Oscar nominations.
Never.
Okay, where Clint Eastwood got many. Okay, I'm not defining it by Oscar nominations because we all know that that's bullshit. But what I'm saying is if you look at a character and you're like, does he entertain you, or do you believe that he's that character? There's a difference. A difference between an entertaining guy and a guy that's intriguing and it captures you. A difference.
Well, he was in that other one too, that all the comedies and shit. He was into a lot of that,
He was an entertaining actor. Okay, he was good. I'm not saying bad things about him. He's a different kind of actor. He did
it all. He did comedy. He did drama. He did fucking action.
Right, but he never
did it all.
Was like awarded for it on a grand scale. He might have had an Oscar nod or something here or whatever, but I don't know. But I've never heard of him winning any accolades for his acting ability, is what I'm saying. And
Sylvester Stallone never got any either until he come out with Rocky. Was his only ones that got him awards, and I think after Rocky 7,
that was pretty much his first movie that he did in a big time way, and he got more acknowledgement for that than he did anything else in his career ever after that. Because why? Because he took the money roles and took the entertaining route.
He was not in Boogie Nights. He was nominated. He was nominated for a best supporting actor.
And look how long in his career that was. That was
1997.
And he came out in the 50s almost. He was doing those westerns on television back then. He came out around the same time Clint Eastwood did. They came out on together. Maybe a few years removed, but yeah, they were around the same time, and they were, kind of famous in the 70s.
He won 3 Golden Globe Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And see, Academy Award. He was best supporting actor nominated.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Golden Globes though.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not saying he's horrible. He's entertaining, very entertaining. I like a lot of his movies. One of my favorite movies when I was a kid was a movie called Stroker Ace with him and Jim Neighbors.
That was an okay movie.
It was very entertaining, just like Every Which Way But Loose with Clint Eastwood. It was an entertaining movie. Those are movies they took to make money. Okay.
Well, he turned down a role in Terms of Endearment because of Stroker Ace.
Mm-hmm. He absolutely did, and that was probably dumb. That was probably stupid, but he probably got paid a little bit more to do Stroker Ace, which I'm glad they did because I love the movie, and I absolutely adore.
What do you guys think about
the Cannonball Run?
John Travolta and his movies?
I think John Travolta is an amazing actor.
I think he's a good actor.
I think John Travolta captivates you when you watch him. Okay, when I watch Saturday Night Fever, I don't even think of that's John Travolta. That's fucking Tony Manero, man. That's who that is. Okay, that's him. And you watch what's the other one that I love? Oh my God, the Quentin Tarantino one, Pulp Fiction. He looks like he's Vincent fucking Vega. Okay, he's not John Travolta. He's Vincent Vega, and he overtakes that role. he becomes that role. And I think I adore his stuff. I don't.
Oh, Pulp Fiction. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction. He was amazing in. He was also really damn good in. Let's face it, Grease. He was pretty damn good. He was. Yeah. He was good in Grease.
Well, what about Bruce Willis? I mean, Bruce Willis had some shit fucking movies.
Again, I put him on the level of the Burt Reynolds. He did a lot of entertaining shit, dude. I love a lot of Bruce Willis movies. Hudson Hawk, which nobody likes, is one of my favorite movies of all time. Okay. Yeah. He does a lot of entertaining shit, but I wouldn't put him on the same level as Sir Laurence Olivier or, Marlon Brando or, even I wouldn't put him on the same level as somebody like Matthew McConaughey, who I think is a great actor.
Great. How about Tom Hanks? Tom Hanks, great actor.
Tom Hanks is good too, but he got too stale. He was great from the get-go. And then
burnout. He got burned out. Yeah.
Right.
I don't think so. I think he does all right for himself. He was the captain on that kidnapped boat and shit. He played that great.
That was like 15 years ago.
He passed away great.
That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, he thought he was really great. And
20.
Forrest Gump, yeah, he was a believable
motherfucker. That was like 25 years ago.
And then, he hasn't done anything lately. What are you trying to say?
He burned out. He doesn't get the roles anymore like he used to. Well, it does happen when people get older. They lose out on the lead roles as much. They become more of a, they're the dad now all of a sudden, or whatever. That happened to like Ray Liotta. He was the star, and then all of a sudden he was Johnny Depp's Depp's dad in the one movie.
Vince Vaughn, he sucks. He's got to be.
Vince Vaughn's another one of those entertaining actors. He's funny. He's like Ben Affleck. People like him, and I don't know why. Don't understand it.
And Mark Wahlberg, and the guy who did The Matrix. What was his name? I don't even know his name. The Matrix.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu
Reeves is another one of those guys that he overtakes.
I like Tom Cruise better than Keanu Reeves.
That's no. Tom Cruise is a great. Listen, I even with John Travolta, who I'll defend his movies and I love, but he's a quack too with their Scientology stuff. Okay, I don't want to go into it, but it's quacky, and that's what the thing that turns me off about it is when celebrities that you adore in movies and love and stuff, they get personal. The worst thing that happened to Hollywood was the internet, because everybody got too personal, and then you start learning their personal life, and you're like, I don't like that fucking guy no more, and before that, it wasn't like that.
You forget about the acting and how much of an asshole he is in real life.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we've talked about all kinds of shit today, and we've talked about everything from movie stars down to the right to say gay and all of that fun stuff we talked about. So listen, if you like us, subscribe down below. Go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you see anything, and you subscribe to us, and that way you get all of our videos in the future. If we're not on YouTube, we'll be on Rumble. Guarantee it. Guarantee. All right? Guarantee. Okay, well, we've beaten this one to death. Anything else?
Nope.
See you guys.
No, that's it. All right. Adios, amigos.
Bye-bye.
See you when you see you. Bye.